Sanchez here. Well, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video here, we have Captain Chris Elliott waiting with Larry, Jimmy, and Brandon from our junior pro staff, and I'm out here drifting because of my injured knee right now. So, but what we're going to be doing today, we're actually going to be pulling some drifts here in about 3-4 feet of water. Like I said, a lot of the bait's been up deep after this little cold snap we had, and what we're going to be doing today is throwing mostly solid plastics. Okay, that's what the fishermen wanted. Been trying top waters, just hadn't been very productive. But my go-to today is going to be right here. This ball tail shad rigged up on a 1/4 ounce jig head. Okay, just work slowly on the bottom after I set up the drift sock. And also, once we get up shallower, okay, I'm going to start throwing a paddle tail here. We already kind of ran across some redfish earlier up shallow, so I'm going to go back there and go get them. And then last but not least, as the winds pick up today, it's something that I do with clients is got the good old cork and jig here. Okay, got a popping cork right here with a ball tail shad on right here on an 1/8 ounce jig head, and just throw it out there, make a bunch of noise, and hopefully catch some fish. So, but yeah, we've been getting some, fish up to, mostly 18 inches out here doing this. But like I said, I even caught one up to 5 pounds the other day. So hopefully we'll kind of get some more of that action. All right, guys. So this is our strategy for today. So like I said, fish have been out deep, and what we have here is a big flat right behind the boat over here. And we have these southeast winds that are blowing about 14 miles an hour. And pretty much what's happening is that all this bait has been getting pushed off the edge of the drop off into this deeper water here. And as you can see behind me, okay, we have this spool island over here behind me. We're gonna be working about 3 feet of water right now along this grass line. So out deep, there's like scattered grass beds that I'm gonna be kind of pinpointing once I see them. And then as we get shallower, it's actually a really distinct grass line that has potholes even shallower. And there's a lot of bait working down here in front of me right now. So hopefully get a few bites. And again, we're gonna be throwing a ball tail shad to start out with on a 1/4 ounce jig head in flamingo. This is actually a color I really like throwing on days when it's bright sunny skies and a little bit stained water, and it's been working very, very well this week on fish, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, got our first fish of the day. Very, very light hit today, or very light hit with that fish, but nothing big. Let's see. Yeah, just fill out. Nothing big, but fills the old limits. Yeah, be a keeper. So right there. So not too bad. Very light taps though, and I'll show you a retrieve that we're using here. Cast out real quick. You guys saw my video that I had on Instagram or Facebook. These fish, again, when they're hitting light like this, I'm just doing really, really, small movements with the rod. Plus we have a lot of floating grass right now. So I'm just going like 1, 2, letting it fall and just reeling. 1, 2, letting it fall. And like that one just picked it up right off the bottom. It was pretty much on the bottom sitting still when he hit it. So just doing like that and letting it fall. And there's other retrieves too you can do, like you can pop like that. But again, with all the floating grass, we're having to really drop our rod tips like that and keep it low on the bottom. But hey, but it paid off right here, and hopefully as the hits, as these fish get aggressive, as it warms up, and I just lost one right there. There you go, hit it right there on the bottom. But yeah, hopefully it'll start picking up here. That was actually a better hit right there. So yeah, but there's a lot of bait on this shoreline. We're actually it's almost wind blowing right now. We're working this little color change that's right in front of us here. And yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, that was already a good start right there. Not even 5 minutes into the drift, we already caught a fish. All right, guys, so we made a move right now. Other area just didn't pan out. Had some other anglers in the area. This is my second cast right here with all this bait. Look what I got here. Nice little keeper trout. We're fishing this wind-blowing point off this grass line right now. There you go. See, that one ate it. Earlier we were hooking them right here in the bottom of the drop, right there in the corner, folks. What that means is that this fish ate it and turned on it, which is what I felt. I felt the tap, and then the line got tight as he turned on it right here. But beautiful trout here. It's about, let's see, about 17. Yep, it's about 17 and a half. Good keeper right there. Been a slow morning so far. We kind of missed the end of that minor. But we also found, Jody and I found a big school of redfish and also a lot of drum, but could not get any of them to eat. They would charge our plastics, our paddle tails, but they would not eat it at all. But I'm thinking as this wind kicks up today and we find, a little bit more dirty water up shallow like that, once it does pick up, I think think they're gonna get ready to feed, especially during that major this afternoon. So a good start to our new area. And again, we're working off this grass line right here that has pretty much just deep bowls right here, and just deep bowls. And there's bait. You know, you can see all around me right here in front of me, all the bait that's jumping down right here. A lot of mullet right here. So off this windblown point. So yeah, and these are areas that I like to focus on, because you have these depressions like that, and these fish are literally just sitting facing into the current, like I've explained before, like a trout in a stream. And as the bait's getting pushed towards them like that, and these color changes in these dirtier potholes, they're ambushing the bait and feeding like crazy. So, all right, guys, so it's really cool. So I'm borrowing Jody's rod because there's a little bait that I want to show you guys real quick. That's all I wanted to throw his rod after I caught that redfish. I just caught this trout a couple minutes after that, 2 more casts, whatever it was. So you can see hanging out of its mouth. That's something that we're working on right there. You folks like our paddle tails? Wait till you see that one. That's going to be the junior wiggalo right there. Incredible action on this bait right here. And again, it's producing beautiful trout. And if you haven't seen that, folks, that's from a dolphin. A dolphin actually tried to eat this fish right here. Look, that's why it's all scraped up, and you can see the teeth marks where it gashed, where it probably grabbed it sideways like that. But even cooler, I saw this fish shoot out of the pothole to eat the bait here. And yeah, awesome strike. It's always cool when you're fishing a little bit shallow enough right here, so where you can get them. There it is right there. Yeah, but there's the bait right there, little junior wiggalo. Good old plum, man. Let's fish go right here. Let's see how much this fish weighs. Wow, look at that. 2 3/4. She's already been bothered enough by me, so there she goes, nice and healthy. All right, so I was telling Jody, it's like, hey, like, don't be afraid to cast sideways with the wind. I mean, it's, you know, blowing about like 12. It's actually been a lot better than predicted today. But as we're drifting here, we have these big sand pockets, and like right here, for example, this is a good one here. So you see how this grass right, as I was talking about earlier, comes out, and there's another grass bed straight in front of us. This creates kind of like a little funnel. These little bowls like this. So instead of just casting straight downwind, I'm even casting sideways like this and let it fall. Now, if it is windy, what I'll do, I'll just drop my rod tip and 1, 2 like that. Drop like that, let it fall. 1, 2. And I'm letting it fall. And what it does, as you're working like that, it's slowly falling down current like that, okay? And even like these potholes out here, I know there's a mullet that is kind of skipped out of that one. I'll throw like that. Let it fall. 1, 2 like that. Let it fall like that. Key is to keep your rod. Oh, see, that was a fish right there. I just dropped it. So, but anyways, the key is though, okay, I hold my reel a little bit differently than others, but even then I'll still grip it like this sometimes, and I'll keep my rod tip low like this. Okay. So here's another example right here. Got this pothole right here in front of me. Right on the edge of that grass where these fish are going to be ambushing bait. And you have other scattered grass beds in there. Just let it fall. 1, 2. Let it go current like that. Even with the 1/4 ounce, it'll still push it downwind. 1, 2. And not only am I working that back of that hole, that little cove right there off that grass bed, but you can see here, I'm also working to pass this little submerged grass point. Okay? And that's where I've been catching a lot of the fish, the redfish, the trout, you name it. Okay? So, and then when you're in deeper water, you normally have scattered grass beds. I know they're going to be hard to see, but in this big pocket right here, I have these scattered grass beds. So I'm going to work it like that, right around these little grass beds like this. Work just around the edges of them. And also too, another one, I like to do this. Just do 1 big hop, and then reel it down with it as it's falling. At the bottom, reel it down as it's falling. Especially with like a paddle tail or something like that, like a wiggalo. I like to throw wiggalos too on a 1/4 ounce jig head, and it works really well, especially with my clients. They can feel that bait. So yeah, but those are some of the tips, you know. And by the way, that also doesn't apply to the drifting, but wade fishing too. So hope those tips help you out though next time, you know, when you're wading or even drifting on the water. Got another nice trout on, folks. Good solid keeper. So I pull him over the net real quick. Beautiful fish. Yeah, it's another about 19. So we're up here a little, well, not we're in shallow water, but we're up a little cleaner water off this color change. Beautiful fish, healthy trout. And find a lot of carbon copies of these fish right here. Look, this one ate it. I was working it and it just went down. Hooked right in the corner of the mouth. We're in the major. Baits everywhere, still jumping. And yeah, it's been good. So this is my third keep. Well, actually, no, what's that? Like our 7th or 8th keep of the day?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, the fish is
this one's
okay. Yeah, like 19 3/4. Yeah. And again, laying on the bottom. He ate it, you know, but again, laying on the bottom like that. But about 19.5-inch trout. Beautiful fish. Gonna let it go. What I was gonna say though, I switched to my flamingo. Got a little tore from that redfish and the other trout I caught on it. But I switched to one of my favorite colors in cleaner water. This naked margarita right here. Just on again on a 1/4 ounce. And we're just working it really slow right now. We haven't had to put out 2 drift socks, so we're still able to cover the area, you know, pretty thoroughly. Moving past them too much, but yeah, these fish are in these deeper potholes. Like if we're way in this area, which I have before, pretty much the potholes are about like, you know, thigh deep on you. When you walk into these potholes, they're about waist deep on you, and they're just big sand holes like that with scattered grass beds. And again, we're just working right at the edge like that, just working really slow on the bottom, just hopping it up, let it sit there, and the fish are just either dumping it hard or tapping it hard, or they're just picking it up and taking off with it. So.
You want me to get the net?
For a quick redfish bite, and I ended up catching this nice trout on a paddle tail. So, and she came up, typical trout head chicken for about a good 3-4 feet. This fish weighs right at 4, dude. Beautiful trout. Absolutely knocked the crap out of that 4-inch paddle tail, man. My favorite color, that white. So, God, look how beat up she is. Again, I know we've been saying it all day, but these fish are not very active, even though this one ate like she was. But look how beat up she is right here. We get her in the water real quick. All right, folks. So right here we have our, again, 24-inch trout. Weighs right at 4 pounds. Beautiful fish. Up in these shallow potholes, about knee deep. So we're out here drifting this shallow flower now. Real wind stirred. Scattered bottles. Got another nice trout right here. Absolutely held by paddle tail. Just slow rolling paddle tails through these scattered bottles. And if I kind of slow down, man, the water's 70 degrees right now, folks. I mean, we're over here in January, it's 70 degrees. Another solid trout right here. I'd say it's about 19 right there. So, and again, look at that. Absolutely crushed that paddle tail, man. They're still feeding though. They kind of went down a little bit, but beautiful fish. I'd say it's about 20 right there. Solid fish. She goes. All right, guys. So Jody and I just caught about 2 or 3 more trout right now and have other hits. So yes, we're drifting today, but also what I have to do, I got my power pole down. Okay. So what I'll do, once I know there's a concentration of fish in front of me, if we get them boom, boom, boom real quick, I'll power pull down, get on the bow at that, and then cast out and really thoroughly work the area, okay? Just like in wade fishing where you stop after you get a hit or two, do the same thing with drifting though, okay? Depending on the conditions, it's, you know, winds up a little bit, but if your boat can hold it, you can do it like that, okay? So, and that's one of the best things to do, especially, you know, because you're drifting, you're always moving. Good way to cover water thoroughly before you move on into the next area. That's monster trout.
Let me get the net?
Yeah. along this drop off, really dirty water right now. I switched over to the old cork and jig, and I got a monster trout on it now. Well, not monster, but about 26, 27. Got Jody lifting me out. Oh, got it. Wow. Oh, yeah, that fish is like almost 28. Yeah, throwing this 3-inch 4 horseman cork with a bone diamond willowtail or a ball tail. Oh my God. Look at the size of this fish. Look at that. Fish is, oh my God, it's huge. Dude, he's almost. Like 7 3/4.
Heck yeah.
Look at the size of that fish, folks. Wow. Yeah, this fish hit it so hard, it jerked it under and I set the hook. She literally came flipping out of the water sideways, jerking the cork like that. Let me get a quick measurement on her. Yeah, it's one thing too, always wet the board so you don't take all the protective slime coating off of the fish. Dude, she's almost 30.
She might be. I'm dead serious, James.
Folks, this fish is 29 inches on the dot. 29-inch trout right there. Probably one of the, honestly, this is the biggest trout I've had since the freeze. And yeah, we're gonna let her go, folks. Look, right in the corner of the mouth. Just got it out.
Okay. Oh yeah. You get low with it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a quick shot. Heck yeah.
Okay. We're gonna release her now. Biggest trouts I've caught since the freeze. Hey, notice I'm just facing her into the current. I'm letting her dictate what she wants to do. She's kicking, but she is. Almost there. Come on. That's what you do. You don't go back and forth, because if not, you drown the fish. But just let them face them in the current. Let them do what they got to do. Yeah, she's almost ready. There she goes. Alright, sorry about the tail. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's swimming fine.
Gotta grab by the tail. She doesn't.
There she goes.
Alright, so it's pushing 7 o'clock. We just got off the water, got everything situated on the boats, and changed out some wet, old clothes. Most of us, actually, I have about a 4-hour drive ahead of me. But good day on the water. Yeah, we split forces kind of, wade fishing with Captain Chris over here, and then James was doing his thing. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, man.
So, all honesty, we kind of stuck, when it comes to the wading, we kind of stuck to one area for most of the day. And we grinded it out from the start. It started pretty slow, and then we started catching smaller trout, caught a pretty good flounder, and then probably about mid-morning the wind picked up and the bite picked up. We ended up with five fish over 5 pounds.
Yeah, there's a couple of 4s, a few 5s. Brandon here caught his new personal best. Yep. 2 nice flounder too.
Yeah, some nice flounder, redfish mixed in.
Don't forget the black drum.
A couple black drum, of course.
All right, and James on the other, he was, sort of limps a lot.
Yeah, I got
he
my,
was working from the boat.
Yeah, I got my knee brace on right now, so ran farther south than Chris. Had a game plan. Found everything that was right as far as
all the bait on grass lines in deeper water, about 3 feet. Caught a few fish, but nothing we're really looking for. I couldn't get into the areas again because of other anglers. So ran back up north, just south of Chris over here, and started working in the same area along drop-offs, and man, it paid off. As soon as we got in there, started catching trouts, boom, boom, boom. All good keeper fish for the most part. We had probably 20 trout today. Not a lot, but the quality was good. All 2.5, 3 pound fish. Even a 29-inch red. Anyways, but the big highlight of the day was we were working a big color change, and it was dirty water. And I was throwing a popping cork, a 3-inch 4-horseman cork with a ball tail, bone diamond ball tail underneath. Just working the area, couldn't see any potholes, nothing, but there's bait in there, not a lot. But it was acting right. I had a good feeling about sticking it out, and it paid off. I ended up with a 29-inch trout that weighed like just under 8 pounds. Beautiful fish. My personal best for my boat on here, and the the biggest since the freeze. Sorry about my voice.
Yeah, James can't talk because there should hopefully we can salvage a video off of his boat. I'm sure he was talking a lot all day.
It was windy. We did our best, but up shallow. A lot of the fish were up there about the better fish were out there in about thigh deep water along these color changes where the potholes were at. Especially the sets were mostly sand with scattered grass beds in them. Those were the hot areas hot areas today for us.
Yeah. No, all in all, it was a great day out here today. That we made the trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Jody got some good footage of James, and I'm sure James explained a lot of stuff on drift fishing, fishing with the boat, working with popping corks. We had a great day wading. It was a good time.
We really got to see a lot of stuff develop. We got to see the different stages of the bite. Like I said, when we first pulled up this morning, we talked about it in the video, you hear it, there was bait everywhere. There was bait, there were slicks, everything looked great. We got out of the boat and we caught nothing. We stuck it out, grinded the area real slow, not walking real fast, and then it started with the smaller fish, and then the fish got a little bigger, they turned into, keeper fish, and then all of a sudden the fish got big, and we're catching overslots, catching 5-pounders, and then it was like somebody flipped a switch and it was off again.
Yep.
And then it was off.
Chris said it. We worked slow. I remember asking Brandon later. I said, "Normally, would you have been walking ahead of that?" He said, "I would have been way up there." So we were just being real slow, real patient, and it worked out. Patience was the key there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, patience and just sticking with when you have the right signs there, don't move, especially during some type of major player. Whether it's wind increasing, a major or minor feed. Things like that. Those little things like that is what can separate you from having a good day or a bad day. Excuse me.
A good day or what?
Or a bad day. Sorry. A good day or a bad day. Those little factors like that. So, and I'm just glad it worked out for both of us, today and all you guys.
No, if y'all want to come down here and fish the Upper Laguna or Baffin, either of these guys, James would be healthy enough to start wading again here pretty soon.
Yeah, another month.
Real soon.
Hopefully my voice will come back too.
And you've seen other stuff. You've seen the stuff we've done with them before, whether it's sight casting for redfish, the trout fishing, whatever. Just get in touch with these guys on social media, or we'll have a link to their number too at the end of the video.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoy and learn some tips today.
All right, thanks.